If you've ever struggled with getting results from self help, this episode is for you. This week, we're going to be talking about self help, why it sometimes seems to not work, and how you can get the best results for yourself when you're working to make improvements in your life. Welcome to How to Be a Dangerous Woman, a place where we dive deep into breaking down into what makes amazing women just like you think, feel, and perform at levels beyond what you thought was possible. This is a place where women learn what it truly feels like to have it all without guilt, without imposter syndrome, and without overwhelm getting in the way. I'm Dr. Crystal Connor, and together we're going to explore the health, mindsets, and strategies that distinguish the world's top performing women. And you're going to walk away with the exact tools that you need to build and create a life on your own terms. Hey, ladies, I've got to say, I've missed you all. We've had some amazing, wonderful, and brilliant guests on the show for the past few episodes, but it's back to just you and me this week. And I want to talk about self help. I know you probably have a bookshelf full of books that are intended to help you improve your life. And you probably tried a lot of things, but continuously find yourself back in the same spot. One of the biggest issues I see within the self help and coaching industry is that there can be a lot of people that prey on other people's insecurities and their perceived inadequacies. Most people will turn to self help when they feel like they need to fix something, whether it be you yourself or a situation that you find yourself in. When you feel like you need to fix yourself or your situation, there are underlying thoughts that something is broken. I want you to think about that. Remember, our thoughts create our feelings. So if you feel like you are broken or that something needs to be fixed, how does that make you feel? Now think about the actions that you take from those feelings. You hear all of this great self help advice. You listen to podcasts, read books, go to seminars. You want to make the changes you've learned about and have seen other people implement in their lives really successfully. But you're doing so from a place of deficiency. You're doing it from negative emotions. And then when things don't work out and you're not able to achieve what you set out to do, you begin to reinforce over and over again the belief that something is wrong with you. And you amplify those beliefs with your negative self talk. Now, how many times have you said something like, here I go again, or I always do this, or even I never follow through? So, today I want to give you a few steps to take whenever you are listening to or absorbing any form of self help. The first thing I want you to do is to consider the source. When you are taking coaching or self help guidance from someone, I want you to do a pulse check. Is this person someone who is not just talking the talk, but also walking the walk? Meaning, is this person actually following their own advice? Is this person someone who paints a picture that they do all things perfectly and that in order for you to achieve your goals or get results, you also have to rise to this level of unattainable perfection? Are you being encouraged to demonize your past or your present? Does the guidance make you feel bad about who you currently are? Now, let me be clear on this last one. There is a difference between feeling convicted and feeling condemned. Feeling convicted is more like, ouch, that hurt. I am doing those things and I really want to change that. Condemned is like, I'm horrible, I'm the worst, I'm stupid, and if I don't change this now, I'll always be that way. Do you see the distinction there? Conviction is like the call up versus call out that I talked to you about. On this podcast, it is never my intention that you feel condemned or called out. I want you to feel empowered to step into the next best version of yourself from a place of enoughness. It's an invitation, a call up. Like, let's all do this together. I remember once hearing a coach talk about how, as she grew both personally and in her business, and she achieved greater and greater levels of success, she had friends tell her that she left them behind. And what this coach said was so powerful. I want you to think about this. What she said was, I didn't leave you, you just didn't come. I want you to take self help, coaching, and guidance from sources of tough love. Sources that aren't going to allow you to flake out on yourself because it gets tough or because you're afraid. My friends and some of my clients actually call me mean coach lady. Not because I'm mean, but because I'm relentless when it comes to holding them up, to holding their dreams up when they feel too afraid to do it themselves, standing in the gap for them and helping them through when they would rather just not. I want you listening to, reading the work of, and working with loving bullies who will cheer you on, who will support you, and who will also hold you accountable to a higher standard. The next thing I want you to do as you consume information that is intended to help you grow is to ground yourself in grace, love, and compassion. I want you to look at where you are, the reason you're seeking out help in the first place, and I want you to love yourself for being there. I don't want you to be cruel to yourself. None of that, I shouldn't be here or I should be further along. I want you to take your current state as information. No fighting with reality here. You are where you are, and that's okay. It's always okay as long as you don't decide to set up camp and stay there out of fear. This is where those but statements come in really handy. Remember, our but statements connect a thought that we truly believe that may not make us feel all that great to an empower future thinking thought that creates motivation. So if you're unhappy with your career, your relationship, your weight, even your finances, don't fight that. Don't try and pretend like it's all good when your brain vehemently believes otherwise. You don't need to waste energy trying to force yourself to believe something you clearly don't believe. Instead, add a but. That could look like, I had really hoped that I would be more financially stable at this point in my life, but I'm going to work to learn from my past, seek out guidance, and build wealth from this point moving forward. Do you see how that works? You're not trying to act like it's all rainbows and unicorns. You are settled into the fact that you aren't happy with where you are. At the same time, you're not stopping there. You're not staying there. You're creating feelings of hope by focusing on what you will do in the present and the future to make that better. This is where I really want you to shift your mindset around your perceived inadequacies and insecurities. I don't want you to be in denial or act like there isn't any room for you to make improvements in your life. But I also don't want you to continue to use those things to beat yourself up or to talk down to yourself, because this is never helpful. Take the things that you feel insecure about and make up your mind to work on them one day at a time. Not because you're a horrible person if you don't work on them, but because you've decided that you're going to live up to and be everything you were put on this planet to be. This is what dangerous women do. And finally, the last thing I want you to do with any area of your life that you're working on to improve and maybe on a journey is to practice forgiveness and worthiness. Forgive yourself for things you feel you messed up on, and practice believing that even with all of the things that you did right or wrong or in between, none of those things make you any less worthy. You are worthy to have a life that you really love. You are worthy to be loved and to be in genuine, loving, beautiful relationships. You are worthy to walk in your purpose and have a career that is fulfilling to you. I want you to really question yourself. Really question yourself if you find yourself internally arguing with this. Whatever the reasons your brain gives you to disprove that you are worthy, I want you to challenge that. The simple fact that you are living and breathing means that there is a purpose for you. Even if you don't know what that is, you have one. In fact, I want you to practice speaking affirmations about your worthiness every day if this is something you struggle with. Even if you have to start with an affirmation like, it's possible that I'm worthy. Start there. If you can believe that today, that it is possible, there's a chance that I'm worthy, that's where I want you to start. And I want you to build on that every day. And I want you to look for evidence just in your breath, in the fact that you wake up, that you are worthy every single day. This, my friends, is a non-negotiable. You cannot become all that you dream about being, all that you were called to be, believing that you are not worthy to do so. You will be working against yourself constantly. All right, my friends, I think that's enough for this week. We're getting back into it. I want you to really take some time and consider what you're consuming in your journey to growth. And the other part of that is, I don't want you to just be a consumer. Put it into action. That's what this podcast is about. That is the type of self-help and growth and coaching that I want you to seek out, that you can then put into action to help you be the best version of yourself every day, every single day. Find things that nourish your soul, that call you up to a higher level. All right. Now, it's been a while, but if you haven't already, I need you to go back and grab that Dangerous Woman manifesto and start reading that every day. Remind yourself of who you are and who you're becoming. And I would really, really love for you to leave a review of this podcast so that more women are able to find it. This is our wonderful, amazing international community of dangerous women. And you know what we do. We don't leave any women behind. So whatever platform you're listening to this on, please drop a few words and let me know and let other women know how this information is working in your life. I hope you have an amazing week, my friends. I'm so happy to be back with you. God bless you and see you next Monday. If you found today's episode helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode. And I'd really love to hear how you're doing. You can find me at Dr. Crystal Connor on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I can't wait to hear what progress you've made. So until next week, see ya.